content creators, bait makers, and industry insiders. This episode's brought to you by our fine sponsors, Big Al Speed Shine. You can find all their products at BigAlSpeedShine.com. Spray it on, wipe it off, done. Deep gloss, slick finish, big shine. Big Al Speed Shine, slick it up. FCLX. FCLX is a specialized extinguishing agent designed to tackle complex lithium-ion battery fires and conveniently packaged for use in boats, side-by-sides, campers, and homes. Proudly made in the USA, FCLX penetrates the battery during thermal runaway, rapidly cooling the fire and preventing reignition. The FCLX agent interrupts the lithium oxidation process that fuels the fire while neutralizing the harmful gases. Get yours today at FullCircleLithium.com. Now, let's get ready to weigh in. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a Monday night episode of the Weigh-In. Thank you for post Bassmaster Classic. I am whipped pup. Cole, I don't know how you feel because you've been fishing tournaments and you were at the Classic, but I'm telling you right now, if I fall asleep, it's no offense to nobody, but I am fighting. I'm good, but
I'm tired too, man. The Classic's always awesome, but it was a long weekend and capped it off with a tournament last night on Hartwell. I slept till about 11 o'clock this morning. I ain't afraid to say it. So, it was a long day.
It was my first Classic. I took 2 days off. I took Thursday, Friday off. And Thursday, I just did stuff around the house. Thought I was going to be ready. Thursday evening, we were cramming stuff in the truck, trying to get out of the house. We got there about 11 o'clock in Tennessee up there. And it felt like nonstop from then on out. I think I might have slept 4 hours a night. And then yesterday, up driving home, I was like, I just got to make it to the house. I got to make it to the house.
That was my second Classic. What did you think of it? So what did you think of it being your first time?
So I thought it was great. My first time going. But see, I worked at the FCLX booth the whole time, which I'd planned on doing. I didn't, guys, don't hate on me, but I didn't go to any of the weigh-ins. I went to blast off the first morning, didn't go to any of the weigh-ins. I was wanting to make sure I, represented FCLX well and did my thing with them, and I enjoyed hanging out with those guys. So I just worked. I worked the booth and walked like 1,000 steps every minute. It felt like.
Dude. So the Classic, man, it's literally like if you want it in bass fishing, it's there.
Yeah.
Like it is the place to go for bass
Absolutely.
fishing.
Absolutely.
Anything you want, rods, tackle, reel, it's going to be there. So, and deal too. So
before we get too far into it, guys, y'all welcome in. We got Coleman, we got Eric, we got Diaz, Jeff Brazil. What's going on, brother? Nathan. Just want to make sure I say hey to you guys. Silver Punk's in the house. Tracy Coker, guys, I appreciate y'all stopping by. We're going to get some juice tonight for Hartwell. Obviously, next year's Classic's going to be at Hartwell, so I thought, what better person to have on here than a man that chases them big spots up there on Lake Hartwell. We had Cole Wilson in the house, Spot Chaser Guide Service. Y'all can see the ticker down at the bottom. It's got his socials on there: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Spot Chaser Guide Service. Make sure you go check him out, follow him, give him a follow. And listen, literally right before the show goes on, he goes, hang on a second, I got to take a phone call. Has a phone call, and they're beating him up. They're putting their dates in right now. So guys,
we are, if you want to go to Russell, full moon's April 3rd. We got on Hartwell and Russell. If you want to go to Russell, starting next week till about April 10th is the time. We will catch, I can't guarantee you, but I can almost 98% we will catch 25, 30 fish. It is insane. So I think I got 2 days left in March for that. They're on the website. If you want them, go get them because they're about gone. So, but yeah.
What's the website?
SpotChaserGuideService.com.
There you go. SpotChaserGuideService.com. Make sure you go check him out.
Just type in Spot Chaser Guide Service. It'll come up. If not, go to my go to my Facebook page, my Instagram, and you can go through there to get to it. So
got your links on there.
Yeah.
Because I heard him talking to somebody, and he was like, "Hey, man, this is the dates that I got, but you need to get close to this date for that." And he's like, "Well, here's what I got free." He's like, and you said, how many days straight have you already got booked right now?
So I leave for Chickamauga on Thursday to go see family and fish a little derby up there. And then after that, I believe I have 14 in a row, 15, something like that. I think I got like 17, 18 days straight of fishing starting Thursday. So can't complain. Man. Glory to God. But we're going to rock and roll starting Thursday, man. I'm excited.
So guys watching the show, if you're going, well, why does Tony have a guide on? If you'll remember our very first episode on this weigh-in podcast, Michael Porter was on here, and he was giving full praises to Mr. Wilson here, saying we needed to get him on the show, talk to him. So, like I said, I thought, what better way than to have somebody who's, who's doing the guide service on a lake that we get a ton of questions about Lake Hartwell.
That's
So
right.
that's why, I saw him at the Classic. I was like, hey, what are you doing Monday? I don't have anybody for Monday. What are you doing? He's like, dude, I'm all in. So, but yeah, so I'm going to see if we got any questions here. We got Coleman in the house. So he said he busted up Dobbins rod. Yeah, Tracy, classics are fun. Just don't fall for the hype of the deals. You good judgment, break the bank.
That's right.
So
I saw some people have like $25 pack Sakamata shads, and I was like, yeah, that's so. But hey, it's worth it.
Listen, I all I'm gonna say is this right here. I will swear to this as long as I can live. Spro brought the Koikis, and there was 200 people. There was 200 people in line by the time the first hour, when you get the lifetime members and the nation members in. There was 200 people in that line just to get those things.
I swear we're number like 70 in the door, and I ran down there, and I got 117 green pumpkin candy, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Danny wanted me to try to go down there and get some color, and I was like, dude, I don't know. I didn't get there till like right at the first hour, and it was unreal. Yeah. What I just saw, somebody says, oh, Jeff, she said, you don't know how he missed me. But he sure did. That's all right, man. I stayed at one booth, but then when everybody tried to find me, I was always gone. They were like, dude, you said you were at this booth. I was there 98% of the time, but the 2% I was gone somewhere else.
Dude, and that's the classic. Like, I don't even know how, like, literally, I felt like I talked to a million people Saturday. It's just, that's the classic. You're there and you're gone. You're there. I mean, it's, but
yeah,
it's all good.
Hey, Coleman's got a question for you right off the bat. Wants to know, have you ever fished Jockassie or Jockassie?
Jockassie. So Jockassie. Yes, we fish it. We can guide on it. I don't go up there a lot. Jockassie, there's a special place. I mean, dude, it's probably like, so a lot of people don't know this. Kiwi and Jockassie might have the biggest largemouth on the Savannah River chain, besides maybe Clarksville. Like, I've seen some of the biggest largemouth I've ever seen just going down the bank at Kiwi. Like, it's ridiculous. But they're so hard to catch because, Jockassie, you can be in 12 foot of water and see the bottom. So it's like, they're so finicky and they're so, but yeah, we fish it some. It's a fun lake. Catch smallmouth.
Super clear, huh?
Yeah, super clear. I mean, the higher you go up the Savannah River, the clearer it gets, basically. So
there you go. Hey, yeah. we already got. Well, they're hammering the questions already, so we're gonna hit the questions.
Let it ride, man.
We kind of fill in where they are. Eric wants to know, what are the best ways to target spots setting up for the spawn? What are you looking for the most?
Okay,
and that's a great question.
I look at the spawn based on three things: full moon, water temp, and what the weather's doing. So what I'm targeting right now is, I know the spawn's April 3rd. April 3rd is going to be the biggest wave of the whole year. Like, the 3 days before April 3rd and the 3 days after are going to be insane. Like, I believe that I'm going to be able to pull into any pocket on Hartwell and see 3 or 4 up there on a bed. But the way I'm targeting them right now, pretty much anything leading into a shoal or a flat bank or point that they can get up there and they can do their thing. So, like, clay banks, rocky banks that have a little flat on them. Basically looking for them 20 foot and in. And a lot of them are like just roaming looking right now. And we're targeting those with Nico rigs, shaky heads, Ned rigs, jerk baits, koi keys. And, I'm going to say it, koi keys. I ain't going to let it, I ain't afraid to say it, koi keys.
The cat's out of the bag, man.
Yeah, dude, it's out of the bag. I mean,
cat's out of the bag.
You can go to Hartwell right now and probably go down almost any clay bank and catch them on a koi key. Yeah. I ain't going to tell you how big they are, but I mean, so yeah.
Well, there you go. That's a good way to look at it there. And so with that being said, now I'm just playing a little devil's advocate here when I ask this stuff. We're starting to see the big groups break up and starting to spread out. Are they kind of staying tight together? Are they, they starting to fan out?
Pairing up.
They're pairing up. So they're not in the big schools. They're just starting to kind of spread out and get in those areas, but they're kind of grouped together a little bit.
Yeah, yes and no. The spots, okay. If you find a shoal that's got one spot, it's got probably 20 with it. Like, not with it, but on the shoal. So, like, the pre-spawn on Hartwell is very much an area. Hartwell's an area lake. All right. It's always going down in one area of the lake, and it changes on a dime. Like, it could change in 2 hours. And, like, you could literally run 70 clay banks on Hartwell right now and be like 215 doing in 45 minutes, not a bass in the boat, and catch 21 pounds in 45 minutes on one stretch. That's the way it is. That's why you see a lot of these guys running and gunning almost like summertime. They'll pull up, fish one side of the shoal, gone. You know what I mean? So, yes, they're grouped up, but they're not like you think grouped up. We pulled into one pocket yesterday to start, and I think we caught 8 or 9 real quick, and then we went 3 pockets, didn't catch anything. So it's kind of like that. You're just finding the ones that got them.
So what do you think? And again, I may not be an easily answered question. What do you think causes that to fire? That this spot's firing right now. This one's firing 10 minutes from now. This one's firing an hour from now. What do you look at to kind of get you dialed into that?
So a good friend of mine a long time ago told me that Hartwell, everything works its way down. So if you literally like the first fish to bed or like push up, a few weeks ago, the MLF, it was dirty water. It was warmer up the rivers. They were catching them on chatterbait. Then fish were up. If you were down on the south end in Powder Bag, that water was still almost 49 degrees. It's cold. It's clear. So basically, I don't know, man, water temp, like you could run from Lightwood to Sadler's and it could be a 2-degree difference. And 2 degrees is a lot during the pre-spawn. It just is. And then I don't really know. Other than water temp, it's just it's going to sound cliche, but it's getting out there and fishing the lake, knowing when stuff should go down. That's
makes
it.
Sense.
I mean,
and I've said it on the show, on the Fish North Georgia show, the live well, I've said it on here. Well, I don't know if I said it on here as much, but everybody talks about time on the water. I hate that saying because
it's true though.
No. Here's why I hate it, because time on the water is very vague. And I'm the kind of guy that I want to go out there and catch fish. I like feeling that tug. I'm going to catch fish. Well, that don't necessarily mean I'm going to be doing any good. I'm just going to be catching a bunch of 2-pounders because I like catching fish. Time on the water is 100%, but it's good time on the water, like paying attention to what's happening and finding those different things that are, they're getting you bigger if you're tournament fishing. Now, if you're just going out there to get, catch fish, time on the water is 100%. But
it's so hard, man, sometimes we all love to catch fish.
Yep.
It's so hard to put down an eco rig when you can go catch 30 and go throw a dice or go throw a jerk bait, or a little secret, a fluke right now. So I'm just going to leave that one there. If you know, you know. So if you've been on the water, So, but yeah, it's so hard to kind of just be like, all right, I can catch these fish, but I'm going to go find these fish, Yeah. And I even struggle with it, dude. I'm out there every day, and my 2 or 3 guys I'll fish with, they'll tell you off the bat, yeah, Cole sometimes gets locked in. He don't want to do nothing else. Right. So, I mean, it's just, I guess, human nature. You know what I mean?
So, okay, with that, with your guide service, because we all hear about different guides are different. Every guide's different. They do different things. They focus on different things. With your guide service, how would you say it percentage-wise splits up between guys that just want to go catch fish when they hire you? They just want to go catch fish versus the guys like, look, I want you to put me on a bag.
I get a lot more guys that just want to catch fish. I do. I mean, it's, I get a lot of guys that, especially this wintertime, it's a lot of guys that have never even shook a minnow or seen live scope. And I love those kind of trips because I get to teach them something, you know? And then, but of course I ran a trip last week. He's like, hey, I got a tournament coming up in a few weeks. He's like, hey, what do I need to do? And I was like, I'll show you, and I said, this is what I think they're going to be doing. So, and we didn't smoke them that day because we were looking at fish ahead. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, that it's probably 70-30 for me. That makes sense. Yeah.
Which would you rather do?
Just go catch fish. Just go catch.
Go catch.
When I started Spot Chasers 2 years ago, my dad is in his 60s now, and he had knee surgery. And Dad literally will get in the back of my boat. He won't stand up there with me, and he'll just sit back there with a rod in his hand. He'll watch me catch fish. And every now and then I'll be like, Dad, throw it 11 o'clock, 50 feet. And he'll throw out there and catch one. And I was like, dude, I love watching my pops catch fish. I was like, I think I can do this full time. Yeah. I love just watching people catch fish, you know, and then seeing somebody who's never done it before catch a 3-pounder. To us, a 3-pounder, like, oh, okay, we're just going to put it in the box. Somebody never caught a spot before. A 3-pounder is like huge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun seeing the joy on their faces, and I get a kick out of it. So I'd rather just go tear up the fish. I mean, if I have 15 pounds, but I caught 40, okay, is what it is. My thumbs are raw. I'm good. I mean,
Yeah.
so
Well, makes sense. All
yeah.
right. Silver Punk wants to know my first question: what area is good mid-April? What types of areas should I look for spawners?
Mid-April, spawners. If you any kind of shallow, so Hartwell's down 7 foot right now. So basically anything with flat that's protected by the wind. And I'm gonna be real with you, man. Mid-April, I'm not really looking for spawners that much anymore. I'm finding the herring spawn. I mean, we all saw
Okay.
Paul Marks last year dominate on Hartwell. Remember, I think it was mid-April, wasn't it?
I'd have to go back and look. I
It
really don't
was.
remember.
I swear it was mid-April or close to it. I'm looking for the herring spawn, and you can run the herring spawn all day. You just got to know how to follow them off the points a little bit. Like early in the morning, we all know they're up there on the bank doing the flickering and shad spawn and all that. Them fish don't just leave; they just back off a little bit where they're comfortable. So you can still target those fish with different stuff. So me, I'd be looking for a herring spawn, but in mid-April, down at the dam area would be like Lightwood, Powder Bag. That's where I'd be. Farthest down, like the last wave, the clearest water. Yeah.
So just like we talked about earlier, you're saying because it started on the north end a little more, you're getting down further. And then mid-April, you're saying you need to be at the furthest spot away from.
So like last year around April the 12th, I think it was BFL last year, me and my buddy had 30 fish marked between Sadler's and Powder Bag. Now, here's the problem with Hartwell, and I'll tell you this right now. You find them fish, they may be gone the next day. Like, we went looking on Friday before the Derby, and every fish, I watched it on my Humminbird. Every fish I found before 12 o'clock on Friday was gone Saturday. And the fish that I found after 12 o'clock on Friday were already off bed just swimming around. Like, they locked overnight, done, gone. That's how quick it can happen on Hartwell. So it's insane. But yeah, I would be down there at the dam for sure.
How much does, and this is kind of crazy quick, how much does the weather play with that? I mean, I don't know what kind of weather y'all had at Hartwell, but like between Wednesday and Friday, we had rain, we had wind, we had all kinds of stuff that would change the lakes over where I'm at. A lot heavy rains came in. How much did that change that? Did it change it for you?
Some, yeah. Yeah, it changed it some, not a whole lot, but the bite kind of got a little tougher. Just like right now, like, the next few days is going to be tough. It just is. They're getting shell shocked right now. They went from 80 degrees for 7 days to all of a sudden being in the 40s. So, like, we were catching a bunch of fish last night that had red eyes spawning, and they're not going to go far.
Yeah,
but they're like, I'd almost bet if there's a largemouth in the back of a pocket that was getting ready to spawn yesterday, he's probably backed off underneath the dock, close to it where he's at. So
yeah, all right. So we had snow and sleet here today in West Georgia.
Welcome to Georgia. If you don't like the weather, stick around. It'll be different tomorrow.
Exactly. In fact, I went to work with a short sleeve shirt on because it was not bad this morning. And about halfway through the day, my boss like, "Dude, what are you doing?" I'm like, I unloaded my truck.
Excuse me.
With it, so it happens. Dean Bowen Jr. said he thinks they sold 200 casting rods in 2 days at the Classic.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It looked like people were going to war. I'll be honest with you. You look up and there was just rows of rods trying going by.
Yes,
I'm like,
dude.
It was wild. And see, my truck.
Time. Go ahead.
I was gonna say my truck's too small to carry a bunch of rods with my wife and all her stuff in there, so I didn't buy a rod one.
So Duckett was there last time it was in Knoxville, and they had a whole section of Duckett rods. And I think my dad bought 9 rods, and it was they're so cheap. But yeah. So
we saw rod companies that had 3 for $100. I saw some that were just dumb. It was stupid prices. I'm like, no wonder they were selling them so quick.
So shout out the Art Catalyzer, 3 for $100. I'm gonna shout out my guy up here in Hartwell, Big and Outdoors. They're right next to Dairy Queen. If you're heading to Gun Branch, they have that deal. That deal is not going away. The Art Catalyzers, you can get 3 for $100. Joe and Mark got them up there. So
how long are they gonna have that for?
I don't know. I bought mine about a month ago, and I guess they're still running it. So
hey, Y'all go up there and get you some
I'm
rods.
sure if you go up there and say, "Hey, Cole Wilson, Spot Traders Guide Service said this," he might give me a phone call here in about 30 minutes about it. But hey, just tell him I sent you. He'll sell them to you.
And Tracy said that he did buy himself a lithium fire extinguisher. Tracy, I appreciate that. Guys, I'm telling you, I get to hang out with those guys all weekend and see how that changed. I watched dealers, I watched boat rigging places, I watched a bunch of people come in, and they were very interested in that. So it's going to start taking off. All right. Nathan Owens wants to know, you got any tips for Hartwell right now that you can give out right now, today, tomorrow?
If you just want to go catch a bunch of fish, lock a Nico in your hand, set your boat in 25 foot of water, and put it on 8 and go down as many clay banks as you can. And you're going to see striper and you're going to see bass. And the way we do it, if you throw the Nico to the fish, and he runs to it, and then immediately, he goes this way, and then immediately he goes like this to it, striper. If he gets to it and he kind of sits there and he all of a sudden slowly rolls down with it, it's a bass. That's how you know. Or they'll follow it all the way to the bottom, and right before it gets to the bottom, they'll come off of it, striper.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that if you want to catch a lot right now, that you throw a chatterbait in the back of creeks. Them largemouth are still, and believe it or not, the first wave already happened. They're already done. Yeah. There's a bunch of them staged in the back of pockets, sling a chatterbait around. If it wasn't cold, I would say if you want to catch a big one, tie on a mag draft and go skip as many docks as you can, and you'll get one bite. And it's going to be a 6-pounder.
Yeah.
But you're going to have about 40 to 1,000 of them follow it out all day and frustrate you. So,
yeah.
It's
that time of the year.
I'd say a Nico. Tie on a Nico and go.
There you go.
Shout out Berkeley. Berkeley Max Scent hit worm. That's it.
Berkeley Max Scent.
Tie on a hit worm and let her eat.
So there you go. All right. Tracy wants to know, what do you know about Carter's Lake other than it's freaking deep?
Somebody's been looking at my YouTube channel and stuff because my wife is from there, and my father-in-law fishes it all the time. I know that it's a fun lake. I know I've had when we go over there to visit, I fished the Saturday morning derby with them boys, and I know I've got my teeth kicked in and had 12 pounds, and then had 20 and still got my teeth kicked in.
Right.
I only know much about it in the wintertime because really this is the first year we truly started going. Man, if you catch that lake right, it's insane. They live in the wintertime, get deep, and then get deeper. And that's where they live. Like, I think we were catching – one day we went out there and we were catching about 120 foot of water. Like, I was taking a 5/8 ounce queen tackle jig head, dropping a Sakamata shad. Yeah, and I mean, dude, it was so bad when he hooked them, we had to reel them up like super slow. You had to sit there and just let them fight, reel a little bit, let them fight. Because if we brought one up and it died, like it was halfway up and it just folded over, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna have to fix that. So
yeah,
but yeah, Carter's. Another thing to do is, man, drag a worm. A lot of people know how to do that. You can drag a worm around the banks, but yeah, definitely it's an offshore lake for sure.
Right. Yeah. He's got a club tournament up there in June. That's why he's asking. So you get more winter stuff. He's going in June. So
I would say, dude, just still get offshore. I mean, just still, honestly, if I was going to fish it in June, I'd fish it like I do in the winter. I'd just go look for them, put the trolling motor in the water and just go. I mean, so yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Eric wants to know, what's your favorite color koiki?
Probably Scuppernong.
Dude, I knew so many people that were looking for that color. So many people that were looking for that color.
And I'm going to put you on something if you haven't. And Big and Outdoors has these. Have you seen the hags, the prickly pears?
I have seen the hag prickly pears, yeah.
So at the store, we've got the koikis, we got the hags, and we got the Will Davis urchins. And the hags they come in a 9.9 and a 19. And then koiki, you got the 13, the 17, and the full cast. So, and the hags, man, like you can get the 9.9s are small, like they're like super small. And that's at Carter's is actually the first place I played around with them. I think I tied it on and I caught back-to-back 4-pounders for the 9.9. So yeah, it's probably Scuppernong though. Scuppernong's good. And then watermelon blue flake, or watermelon blue or black flake, something like that.
All right.
So yeah.
All right. So the $1 million question here that everybody asks: how are you rigging it? Because everybody wants to know.
All right.
I mean, I get
it's
asked
out of
that
the bag now. I mean, so when Fisher and Nia won, where did he win? He won Smith Lake, right? When Fisher won Smith Lake, he basically, I remember sitting in my living room going, "Dadgummit, Fisher! Like, really, dude? We putting it on a treble hook, and we're putting a nail weight in it, just like everybody else is now." I would not have said that unless the cat's out of the bag, but people still gonna get mad at me. But hey, the cat's out of the bag. Everybody knows they're putting treble hooks on it now. Let's be honest. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Definitely a treble hook though. So that's the way I rig it.
Are you doing the line through with the queen tackle line through nail weight with the treble hook?
I just stick a nail weight up in there.
I got you.
Now working it, there's a couple different ways that you can work it that haven't been discovered yet. I'm gonna keep that one close to heart, of course. I promise you, keep watching the Elite Series. It'll come out at some point this year because them boys just literally stop giving a crap on what they keep secret. But I mean, so
it's almost kind of hard not to at some point, though.
It is. I mean, I understand it, but I was like, "Dadgummit, Fisher." And then literally my buddy called me like 10 minutes later. Did you see this? I'm like, yes, I see it. So
everybody, the phone calls start going crazy once something gets shown on TV. Like, I don't know how Dylan Nutt didn't show his bait. Like,
I know what it was. Do you know what it was?
Hey, if you know what it was, it's up to you if you want to say it, man.
It was the new Berkeley minnow they have coming. Berkeley just dropped it. That's the only reason I'm saying today. Berkeley kind of put it out there.
Well,
at least I think that's what it was, because why else would Berkeley have a video today, talking about Dylan Nutt winning the Classic on it and everything?
Well, I didn't get a chance I have not watched anything on TV or social media really today, so I hadn't seen that. But I had a bunch of people asking me, like, man, I even said it, why would they not let him say what it was on stage? Because it's going to sell out in about 5 minutes.
And like I said, if you go to Berkeley's Instagram right now, they have it on there. That's the only reason I said anything. But
there you go.
I'm not 100% sure. I believe that's what it was, just based off what I saw on Instagram. So it was definitely some type of minnow. We all know that.
Yeah. Yeah. If it wasn't, they made a good good side play there.
Yeah, I agree.
Making everybody think they did anyway. All right. Matthew, per year 8009 wants to know any difference in the Georgia side versus the South Carolina side of Hartwell.
Yes, there is.
Other than geographic location, what is it?
You think I won't say this? I'll say that certain times of the year one is better. I'm not going to say when. But certain times of year one is better, and one side has a different kind of structure than the other one, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Oh dang!
Yeah, I'm serious. That's a great question, Matthew, because you're on to something. So,
well, somebody's figured it out then. Mm-hmm. All right. So Coleman wants to know: do you throw a jig much? If so, what tips do you have? I really want to learn it this year.
Yeah, I throw it, but I don't throw it in the spring. I throw it in the fall. And pretty much, dude, if you know how to throw a shaky head and a Nico, it's a lot the same. The way I throw a jig, I don't drag a jig. I mean, I can. I fish some, like my club doesn't have live scope. They don't allow it. So I drag it some there. But if I have live scope, I'm almost doing the same thing as I do with the minnow. I see one, I throw it to it. And if he don't bite, I reel it back in. I mean, so pretty much, dude, treat it like a shaky head. That's all it is. It's a different form of a shaky head, and everybody gets it so confused because they're like, "Oh, I throw it on a bait caster, and it's a power thing." Dude, it's just throw it out there. And then once you catch one, you'll know what it feels like. And there's a vast difference between a rock and a fish.
Yeah.
Any tips I'd have? Spotted bass, throw a smaller jig than a bigger one. Don't oversize your jig and don't oversize your trailer.
When you say smaller,
so
weight?
No, I'm talking like, and I'll spill the beans on this one. Kitech makes a football jig. You ever heard of the Kitech jig?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one we throw for the spots. It's very small. If you get it compared to a regular jig, it's a vast difference. Profile the bait's what I mean. Yeah.
I don't, and I'll kind of chime in here a little bit too, Coleman. I don't throw a big mop jig ever. I take a jig, if I build one, I take a jig, put the skirt on it, and I trim it up right there to the bottom edge of the hook, the end of the hook, and then I take a Z-Crawl Junior and I trim it down to where the hook slot starts, and I thread it on there, and then I go between black and blue, green pumpkin, and I use peanut butter and jelly type colors in it. I've got one from Brazalo's that we can't reproduce yet for some reason because we can't find the skirt material, but. And I'm like you. I throw it out there. I mean, that's how I learned forward facing was with a jig. Everybody was talking about Tyler Williams, talking about he was using a jig in shallow. I'm like, dude, I've been doing that since I hadn't. Which I'm no Tyler Williams, but I mean,
so a jig, dude. Literally, like we caught them all fall, and you throw it to them, and literally they go, foop, they go to it, and I literally on my 16-inch Garmin, I can see them roll, and then a lot of times the biggest ones they have it like literally they're going down, and all of a sudden this. And you just let them have it. You just blister them. That's it.
And what's funny about the koiki craze, if you think about it, when a jig flares, it's almost like a dice bait. It's the same principle. Everybody's like, what do you think they think they're eating? The same thing they've been eating this whole time. It's just a little bit different. I mean, a little bit different.
Koiki resembles a minute ball.
Yeah. I mean, it's just you just get that, everybody's talking about the threads and the baits. I'm like, well, we've been throwing one this whole time with threads and
koikis,
baits.
dude, people don't realize the dice have been around for 20 years.
Yeah,
like people were taking Cincos and sticking rubber spinnerbait linings through them, and then melting them. The koiki and the dice have been around for 20 years. It's just now blowing up.
Right. Well, think about it. It's just like the minnow craze. How long were they tight lining? How many years have been tight lining? I mean,
my father-in-law still do it. He'll sit behind me in the boat and he'll literally throw it out there and he'll just tight line it. He'll do his rod like this, and then he'll feel one grab it and he'll set the hook. Yeah. I mean, it's
been there. We're just, now we got forward facing, like, oh, now you're cheating kind of thing.
Yeah,
so,
no.
All right. Nathan wants to know, is Lake Russell better fishery than Hartwell?
Different times of year. Yeah. To me, it is. It depends on what you want to do too. Like I said, when we started the show, you can go to Russell right now. Fish. Like, I believe if you want to catch a lot of fish, you can go to Russell right now and smack 30 in 4 hours like it's nothing. Now, if you want to catch a bigger one, come to Hartwell. Yeah, that's the way I look at it.
Okay.
And then, of course, though, we kind of base our trips. If you want to go to Hartwell, we'll go to Hartwell. If you want to go to Russell, we'll go to Russell. But I tell my guys, I'm like, hey, man, I know you want to go to Russell, but would you have any interest going to Hartwell? Hartwell's fishing better right now. You know what I mean? Or hey, the top water bite's insane down at Russell. You know what I mean? So that's the way we kind of do it. But
I got you. That makes sense. I mean, each place has its different, pros and cons at the time. It makes more sense.
Probably all my trips are down, except for one, are down at Russell over the next month, just because I know what they're going to be doing, and yeah, I mean, it's just like that.
There you go. All right, Eric wants to know, what's your favorite fluke rig? You brought up a fluke a little bit ago.
Probably just the regular one, man. I keep it simple, dude. I keep it really simple with the fluke. The thing I'll tell you about a fluke is learn to get the fluke to run straight. And by that, I mean, learn to be able to take a fluke when you put it on your hook and be able to take your rod and do like this, pull it, and that tail go foop, and run perfectly straight. If you can learn to do that, you can catch a lot more fish on a fluke.
All right. Any tips for that to make it run more straight? Like maybe some errors you've seen people make?
Boil your flukes, just like you boil a frog. Literally get boiling water going on a stove, put them in there for 15 seconds, put them on a paper towel, lay them perfectly straight. Make sure the tails are straight, everything. And then put them back in the bag after about 20 minutes, perfectly straight. If they bend at all, you ruin the fluke. I hate to say it. I have torched like so many bags of brand new flukes doing it, but it's the price I pay. So,
yeah. See, I'm that hard-headed guy. I refuse to do that, and I know I'm paying for it, but I'm like, I am not going there and boiling flukes.
I'm gonna spill the beans a little bit. I got a guy. He's from Pennsylvania. He makes me custom flukes, and he does something different to them that we worked on for 3 months. And if you book a trip with me, I'll show you him, and I'll give you his contact. And I can put them on it's not hard to get them to run straight. We went to
Right.
Murray last year for the ABA, and I had 22, 21, and like 17 throwing a fluke, his fluke. They wouldn't touch the other ones. So
Wow.
you come out with me and you say, hey, what's that fluke? I'll show you, and I'll give you his contact.
Okay. There you go. There you go. That's the easy one to do there.
Yep.
Book a trip, learn the fluke tricks. What's going on? What's going on, Alex? He's in the house. He fished Santee Cooper this weekend. I was a little jealous of that. He went up there. He went up there to what is it? Relax Retreat Outdoors or whatever it's called, Alex. And he was up there just hammering on it. Looked like
my
awesome.
2023 Phoenix has about 10 bad scratches on it, and probably 9.5 are from Santee. So me and that place have a love-hate relationship, man. That and Seminole, I love them, but I hate them at the same time. So
that's another Santee and Seminole. I got to get to those lakes hopefully this year for sure. All right, Eric's got another question. What's your favorite bait and technique for the herring spawn? I struggled with the herring spawn last year a little.
Probably the fluke, man, honestly. Okay. Fluke or a bone spook. The silent one. There you go. I gave that one up a little bit, but the silent bone spook. If you can find the places to throw it, like last year, that's what I'm trying to work on right now. Is I'm literally, like I said, March is filled up, so I'm trying to start to book all my trips for mid-April for the herring spawn. And we got on a run last year of 3 straight weeks. I'd go to one place and sit there for 2 hours, and they would bend the hooks on my bone spook. We catch so much.
Wow.
Yeah, stripers, largemouth spots, it didn't matter. So that and spinnerbait, can't beat spinnerbait.
Right. Yeah. So you're going with the actual spook, like the actual spook itself, or you have other brands that work?
Literally, do just a bone spook that doesn't have a rattle in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So. Sounds good. There you go. Bone spook. All right. So Silver Punk wants to know, okay, so if I go up north in mid-April, I need to focus on the shad spawn areas?
Probably so, yeah. Yeah, I would say so. I would do both, Silver Punk. I would look for shad spawn the first 3 hours, and then if the sun's up, I'd go look for the bedfish. You're going to have both to win. Basic. You also got to look at what your tournament day is going to be. Like if I can sit here and I can go, well, it's sunny on Friday, but my tournament's going to be overcast and windy. I'm really not going to look for bedfish because let's be honest, you're not going to be able to see them that good. And on Hartwell, this is something, man. I'm going to spill it on this one. We discovered this last year. If you get too near a bedfish, say you find one on Hartwell, all right, if that fish senses your boat, he will swim off his bed and he will just start cruising like he doesn't have a bed. And as soon as you back off and leave him alone for a minute, he'll go sit back on his bed. And then you pull back on him. If you get too close, he'll start swimming like he doesn't have a bed again. And no matter what, until you leave, he will not go sit on that bed. Now the male, you can catch the male all day. But the female, no. It's crazy, dude. And I think part of that has to do with pressure and, but yeah. Now, you go to Murray, my God, like I said, last year on Murray, I found one of the later spawners I've ever seen, and my boat was sitting 5 foot above her bed. She didn't care. I was literally sitting there with a rod going like this. I was like, what in the world? And Murray, I guess they're just, I don't know. But yeah, Hartwell, that's Hartwell for you, yeah. So I'd shad spawn and bed fishing. Herring spawn, look from both.
There you go.
So
all right, Nathan said he's probably going to book a trip with you on Russell. You fish a lot with a friend I went to school with, Taylor Green, aka Tater. You see?
Yeah, I know Tater. We fished together last night. So, like I said, I got 2 days left for the good bite on Russell. I say good. It's going to be good after April 10th, but it's just not going to be like it is the next. I don't know. As long as we don't have another cold front, as soon as this cold weather gets out of there. Yeah. So,
how long do you give it with that cold weather? I mean, it's pretty biting cold over here right now. How long are you saying? All right, well, once this gets over with, what are we talking? Week?
Yeah, week
or so.
By Sunday, it should be by next week because I think it's supposed to get back in the 70s starting Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then I don't think it's going to get out of the 70s from now on. And like I said, we went down there the other day, and Dad and me were catching them near where they should be, but a little bit off, and all of them, most of them had red eyes. So that tells me they're already trying to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but go online, dude, and pick you out a day. And if you got any questions, shoot me a Facebook Messenger, and I'll get back to you. I'm literally sitting here at my phone. I got 2 of them right now. So, I mean, yeah, they might be gone, but just shoot me one, and I'll get to the first one that hits it up. So.
Yeah, so get in line. Send him a message. That way you're the next in line. There you go.
Yeah.
Derek Spicer said, I caught 18 and had as many other bites on Altoona in the sleet today. Cold and wet, but fun.
Oh, yeah. I don't doubt it. Fish are biting. Like, people get that so miscommunicated. They're always going to bite. And you've heard it before. Fish are biting somewhere. They always are. You can get a fish to bite. You just got to figure out where.
Well, I mean, I've always said I'd rather be on the lake when it's miserable for the people, just because number one, it's less people on the lake, and for some reason, it also seems to be a better day fishing.
Casey Ashley said in the wintertime, the worse conditions on the Hartwell, the better they bite.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Now, when it's blowing 30 miles an hour, it makes it a little tough on the person.
No, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. I was supposed to have a trip today, and I told him, like, hey, let's reschedule it. I'm like, y'all gotta understand something about me. I love to fish and I love to make money, but I want to put y'all in the best possible conditions to catch fish. And I could have easily took the guy today to Russell. We could have fished in 30-mile-an-hour wind. But I knew for a fact it's going to be cold. It's going to be tough. It wouldn't be as good as it would. So I called him. I'm like, hey, man, let's move it. And we did. But, yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. Today might have been a little extreme. I don't even think I would have been out there. But yeah, like there's been a couple times over this winter I've been like, hey, man, it's just not going to be good. What do you think? Do you want to go? If you do, we're going to go give it our all. But this is what I think. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, and that says a lot about a guide too, though. I mean, because like you said, you could have said, all right, because there's no guarantees. We all know there's no guarantees. And you could have said, yep, I'll take your money. We'll go out there and ride around the lake and catch, 5 or 10 fish or 15, 20 fish, whatever. And you got paid. But at the same time, it wouldn't have been the trip he probably, signed up for. So,
yeah. And I mean, dude, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I had a guy, I don't mind saying this. I'm down to earth. I had a guy came out with me on Hartwell, and we only caught like 3 or 4 fish all day. It was just one of them days. Wind was howling. It just wasn't happening. And I said, look, man, come back in June, and we'll go again. It's on me. We put 65 in the boat.
Wow.
He's my best client now. So
dang,
there you go. I'm telling you, I will take care of you. So.
Damn, that's crazy. That is crazy. So, and guys on TikTok, I apologize. I forget the TikTok feed every dang time. I just pulled it up. So I had somebody message me. It's like, hey, if you're still on TikTok, I'm not still on TikTok, call me. Yes, I'm still on TikTok.
Yeah.
Fished on Florida, guys, on the way in. So I apologize for that. So if there's any questions y'all had on TikTok, please say them again, because I just completely goofed up on that. Yeah. So, all right, Coleman, he wants to give a shout out to Big, and his order got messed up in shipping, not their fault. And Joe's son literally drove my order to my house so I could have it for my tournament. That's huge too.
Joe and Mark will take care of you up there. I mean, So the way I'll tell you the story of how I came about. I got it on and off for a few years, and then I wanted to go full time with it. And I wanted to open a tackle store with it. And my mom and dad said, look, let's just do guiding first. And I prayed about it. And I'm glad I did, because literally like 2 months later, Big and Outdoors came. So we would have been competitors, and now we're best friends and basically partners. So that was, Joe and Mark up there are great guys. They got the stuff we need. And if we don't have it, I promise you, I talk to Joe every day. He's probably watching right now. They work as hard as anybody to get it, because I want it just like y'all do. So, I know, I'll just leave it at that. They do the best they can, and yeah.
Well, and I'll say this too, and I know you probably agree with it here. A bait and tackle shop is probably one of the hardest businesses to get going and keep going for any amount of time. The margins are super, because I always wanted to own one, but this not something I'm probably ever going to do. So supporting those local bait shops is actually really key. Yes. And there's nothing wrong with supporting more than one, as long as they're local bait shops, helping everybody spread the love around, because it makes a huge difference in those different locations. I mean, make sure you throw some support out there to these guys, and you got good ones like that up there at Biggins, and you got all, just go support them for sure.
Hey, another thing good about that Dairy Queen opens early, so you can go to Dairy Queen, get your biscuit, and go into the tackle store. So,
There you go.
Just saying.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So Tracy Coker says, buy one, get one. Buy one, get two free for 100. Be careful for those deals. Most of those rods are discontinued or not real good sellers in the stores. At least that's what they've said after the shows, and it may be. But listen, here's my thing. I got the same roll of dice luck as I do if I go to Walmart and pay $67 for it.
I'm gonna be real. I bought 3 of the arc rods off Joe for $100, and I love them. Man, I love them. One of them, I just went down to Sinclair and slung a chatterbait for 7 hours and rounded up 16 pounds worth of bass on chatterbait on one of them.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, my thing is this. I mean, I'm kind of a realistic fisherman. I'd love to have G Loomis or you name your rod specific stuff. I ain't got that kind of, I ain't got that kind of money to go out there and throw it at 12 or 15 rods. So I'll buy a cheap rod knowing that I'm going to beat it up in a year. And if it breaks, I got $30 in it or $100 in it or what. Now I am getting a little bit. I'm starting to slowly replace them with more expensive rods and stuff. And, but
I mean, it's just what you feel comfortable throwing.
And I'll say this. I'm going to say this on the show. Y'all can take this to the bank. You can write it down. I won't name the company, but it absolutely surprises me the number of companies that will go to a Bassmaster Classic with a full display and not sell anything. Y'all are crazy. Absolutely crazy. There were several big companies there that brought full displays of stuff.
I know one of them
didn't sell the first thing. There was one right there where we were at.
Yeah. Like some of the biggest companies there in the industry. I was like, hey, do you got this? They're like, no, we ain't got it. I'm like,
we're not
selling. Why are you here? I mean, like,
Now one of them did tell me, said, no, we're not selling here. And they had a smaller booth, but it was a company that I like their stuff. And they were like, but we do have a code you can use. And yesterday was the last day of the code. I'm like, okay. So I come home. On the way home, I bought $200 worth of stuff off them. So I spent more on the ride back than I did at the darn Classic. I mean,
some of them, now I'll tell you, some of the companies, I told them, I'm like, hey, do you have this? And they're like, no, but go to like McKee or one of them tackle stores. They'll have it. Like some of the bigger tackle stores that were there.
Yeah.
Some of them, but I agree. Some of them, it was just like, no, we're not selling here. And it's kind of a bummer, but I understand it. I mean,
Well, and I don't want to say who it was because I don't want to badmouth. I like their product, but like they're hard enough to find anyway. Like I have to order their stuff online most of the time. And I'm like, dude, you could have sold as many as you wanted to here. Why didn't you have? But whatever. I mean, what? Now they had 200. They had 200 samples there to look at, but they didn't have anything for sale. And I was like, dude, there's no way I'd drove all that out here. We got Bass Reaper, my fellow people. I'm in the house. Grown ass men in the house. Yes, sir. Y'all know who that is. Bass Reapers, Michael Porter, Bass Bougie, whatever you want to call him.
Right.
That's the dude right there. Man, it was good to see you at the show, buddy. Good to see you. Jeff said he came home with 8 more glide baits. Dude, I know some folks who went out of there with some glide baits.
Dude, let me tell y'all a story about last time we were up there. My buddy walks in. He had like $800. I'm going to buy 3 things. I was like, what are you talking about? He went to one of them glide bait companies, and he bought 3 glide baits. And I was like, dude, you have lost your marbles. I'm like, you know what I could do with $800? I'm like, come on. But he's like, they work. I don't like throwing them. I just can't get into it. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
I love throwing them, but I got to be in the mindset to throw them, and I got to want to throw them. I mean, I do like throwing them, but I don't know that. I don't know that I would like throwing $200, $300 glide baits. That's for sure.
No, like it's just because I'm gonna be honest, my day's ruined if I break one off. I don't want to go home. It's like, dude, I'm just ready to go home at that point. So
100%. Michael wants to know, how did you enjoy the Classic with grown ass men?
Look here, y'all. That's my buddy. I'm gonna be honest. That man. I'm going to say thank you first off, because that man has introduced me to more people and blessed me more than I ever could have thought in my life. If y'all don't follow Bass and Bougie, the real Bass and Bougie, make sure you follow the right one. Go follow him. Him and his wife are hilarious. They're down to earth. They're good people. And we're going to run it back next year, Michael. I'm serious. Like we had half a day. I had to get home. There's no telling what me and that man would have got into if we would have had a whole day. I'm just being honest. Like the Classic might have broke down. So let's but y'all go check him out. And I know he's gonna have some questions tonight. He gonna try and get a little info out of me, but so
he's a legitimately good guy. I mean, I love him to death every time I see him. And of course, then my wife always asks, "Do you see Michael? Do you see Michael?" She wants to know was he there. I said, "Well, I didn't see him the first day." And then of course we ran across you guys, and I'm like, "Yep,
dude,
he's here."
everybody was asking.
Yeah.
So hey,
Oh
it's
yeah.
good times.
Oh yeah. All right, I got a question on TikTok, and it says, "Will you throw a koiki on a bait casting rod?"
Yeah, but it's the full cast.
Full cast.
Got to be the full cast. The smaller ones don't want to spin a rod.
Right.
Full cast don't want to spin on a bait caster.
There you go.
Don't try and skip it. don't try and skip it.
Not gonna skip, huh?
Don't even do it. Trust me. Take it from me. Don't try and skip it.
Uh-oh. Not a good skipping bait, I take it.
No.
I have not thrown one yet. I've got to get out there and throw one. I just hadn't done it yet.
Dude, I'm gonna be real with you. It's one of them things that you need to take every rod out of your boat, take 3 koikis out there, the 13, 17, and full cast, and throw them all day. And you're gonna get so frustrated with it until you figure out how to catch them on it.
I mean, I got no problem with that.
Yeah, I mean, I throw them, but even as a guide, I'm still learning exactly what to do because, like I said, 70-30 on new fishermen to tournaments. I'm not gonna stick a 17 koiki in a guy who's never thrown a spinning rod.
Right.
It's one of the most finessey baits I've ever picked up. So, yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, it's just like anything else. Get out there and throw it a few days, and it'll eventually pick up what you got to do with it for sure.
Yep.
All right. So Greg MX19 wants to know, how would you fish Jocassee this coming Saturday after this cold front?
So if I'm trying to catch a spotted bass, I'd be looking at the flat points, and then I'd be looking right off of them, basically, a little bit deeper. Jocassee, like I said, I don't get up there a lot, but I would say they're probably getting ready to spawn or still pre-spawn. So basically where you would think you'd catch a spot on a point when they're bedding, just back off of it 15, 20 feet. And if it was me, just knowing how I like to fish up there, I'm sticking a minute in my hand and I'm praying. I mean, that's me. I'll shake a minute all day.
Right.
From 80 feet to 10. I'll probably have a 5/8, a 3/8, a quarter, and an 1/8 ounce minnow on my deck.
Right.
And depending on what the fish are doing, I'll pick it up.
Right.
And believe it or not, I'd have a fluke on. Dead serious. Yeah.
There you go. Jocassee stuff right there.
Yeah.
Nathan said he lives up there near Biggins. They have great inventory and great staff. I'm hearing that. I'm gonna have to go check them out one day for sure.
Yeah,
and we're on that same koiki deal. He said Silverpunk said he's got his rig with a line through weight and a treble hook tied on behind it.
Yep. There's so many different ways to rig it. I mean, it just is. So
I tried to get some of those queen tackle line throughs.
You couldn't get them?
Well, they had the bigger versions, but I was trying to get the smaller ones that would actually go.
Joe's got them. Big and outdoor.
Yeah, I was more worried about working than I was shopping. So by the time I got over there, of course, it was gone. So.
I take that back. He had them 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So just let me clarify that. But yeah.
Yeah, and Tracy did say that Dylan showed the bait right after a catch. So, and Tracy, I didn't watch the first. The only footage I watched was the weigh-in there at the end. So the last day, on the way home, and Alex did say he showed it to the camera. So there you go. So my apologies. He did show the bait. So he just didn't talk about it. Let me say it like that. I was kind of surprised he didn't. They didn't say, yeah, dude, blow that one up there on the weigh-in stage for sure.
Yeah. So,
and we're behind on comments by a good bit. It looks like, but apparently
just roll them to me then.
Let's see. Right, there we go. All right. So Eric, this is a question we get all the time. Eric wants to know: do you believe in Bigfoot?
No.
Okay. There you go. We ask it to everybody. Everybody gets asked if they believe in Bigfoot. So
no.
And Eric did say the Kitech jig is money. So we got that one for sure. Tracy said, and I don't know if we're going back to the Carter's deal again, 3/8 jig with a twin 12 grub is great. Trim the skirt, let her rip. A wobble head with a rage bug also works in heavy cover. So he's talking about the jig fishing for sure. Yep. So listen, I'm a 3/8 jig to a 1/2 ounce jig all the time.
That's it. That's the only two I throw.
Yeah, that's all I throw basically. I've tried some of the I've tried some of those. What are those bitsy bugs and stuff? Those things tick me off. I can't.
But
do
I mean,
it.
you talk about a mop jig. I got a mop jig tied on for chick this weekend. But yeah, around here we're throwing smaller stuff.
Gotcha. And Tony Hall asked a question. I'm sorry we're so far behind, guys. Which Kitech jig are y'all referring to?
I think it's the football jig M2. See, I'm pulling it up right. Kitech tungsten football jig Model 2 version 2. That's the one.
Model 2 version 2 Kitech football jig. There we go.
Yep.
There we go. All right, so we're gonna roll through here. Favorite minnows. Coleman wants to know favorite minnows.
Sakamata shad.
Sakamata shad.
The color.
There you go.
And Bass and Bougie knows this. I've been on him asking every time I talk to him. Indy Saki. I know a lot of people that pay some big money for a pack of Indy Sakis in a 4.5 or 5 inch right now. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So,
well, there you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Indy Saki is my favorite color, and Sakamata shad. Other than that, Hog Farmer's pretty good. Hog Farmer's pretty good. Yeah.
Do you use? And you just named off a few there. Do you use any of the? Have you used any of these? Smaller bait companies that are making an imitation style Sakamata shad. There's a couple out there like Crossbait Co.
There's a guy in Bogart. I'll shout him out. Homegrown Jigs. He makes.
I've seen him.
He makes like a knockoff sock, and that's what we mostly throw on my trips.
Okay.
And they work just as good. Like I've put them up. Me and Tater, I've had guys on there, and I've thrown a sock, and he's thrown it, and they put the same amount of fish in the boat. So
I got you.
It's more about how you shake it and how it rolls, man. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I throw the Crossbait Co's version, the Sakya Mama shads.
Yeah.
Make some good. They got some good colors.
Do they make a 4.5 in that?
I think he just started. I think he just started.
Oh,
I know he's got
Doug Chapin, Crush City Lures. They make a good one.
Yeah.
They make a good Demiki. So.
Okay. There you go. And appreciate it, Nathan. He says, I'm nailing this podcast. I don't know what I don't know what I'm nailing. I'm just talking to the guy, and he's dropping the juice. I'm just here making it happen, I guess. He's dropping the juice. So all right. So here Alex has got a great question. How's the underspin on Hartwell as popular as it is here on Lanier?
My dad throws the crud out of it, and I get so frustrated with it. Love spot choker to death, but with the use of forward-facing sonar, I haven't picked up an underspin in probably 3 years. Because more times than not, you throw it and they follow it. They don't eat it. Granted, I'm not throwing it at fish on the bottom. I'm throwing it at suspended fish, and, it works. Like Brett Matthews, a great friend of mine, and he catches the crud out of them on it. He actually was here Saturday with the no wake, and I believe in practice he caught like a 5-pounder on it. So It works. And it's popular. Yes, it's just as popular at Lanier, but a lot of the young guys don't really throw it that much anymore because of the forward-facing sonar and the minnow shaking. So,
yeah, I'm actually going to get out with Rob Williams and do some filming with him one day. We hadn't decided on the day yet, and actually do a video showing him how he's using it because he's out there whacking on them.
Certain guys are good with it, and they figured something out. I just would rather. To me, there's some stuff that I do better than to pick up an underspin.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. No. I just want to get out there some of the techniques. I see some guys love it and some guys like, whatever. But I know
forward facing sonar, yeah. I mean, that was the bait. You throw it down a ditch as far as you can, and you count it down, and you slowly roll it across the bottom.
Yep. Yeah. And that was something else that he brought up. Him and Brandon brought up the other day, talking about cranking it super slow, like going and buying a 5-gear ratio reel and working it stupid slow.
That's it.
And I'll be honest with you, I'm sometimes can be too impatient with that stuff, and I'll be winding it back in way too fast.
No.
All right, Eric wants to know one bait forever. What is it? Weight, color, etc.
The fish on Hartwell, I'm guessing.
You just get one bait. It's all we ever ask. One bait. Whatever lake you're gonna fish at, I guess.
Y'all gonna think I'm crazy. I'm gonna pick up a frog.
Frog?
I'm gonna pick up a frog. I know some stuff on Hartwell that I can do with a frog. that people would not ever believe if I showed them. But yeah. Let's just say there's some stuff you can do with a frog on brush piles and stuff.
There you go.
That's a little. That's all I'm gonna say.
And I'm guessing you're not gonna let any of that juice out.
No. Dude, I'm gonna be honest. There's a frog been tied on my deck, or at least in the rod box for 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
So,
there you go.
Yeah, it's
that's what surprised me was, and actually, who was it? Put the video out. I'll think of it in a minute. I can't. I just had a complete name brain fart. But anyway, put out a video about people expecting fish to do things that they weren't ready to do yet. And
Jacob Wheeler did it.
Thank you. That's who it was, Jacob Wheeler. I couldn't remember who it was.
He said that he says that he wants them to be in the back of the pockets, and he does it himself. They're just not there yet. And it's like, dude, sometimes you want them to be there and they're not. And it comes with a warming trend. Like, I had a lot of people say, "Are they on bed yet?" And I'm like, brother, it's been 70 degrees for 3 days. The water temp's still 47. They're nowhere close yet. I mean, so
it's funny. It's funny that he did that video because it was on the same weekend I went out and like caught 1 or 2 fish, and I didn't stay long. I was doing product videos and stuff, and I was so frustrated because I'm throwing my buzz bait right off the bat, going, "Oh man, they should be sitting up here," because the lake I'm on, shallower lake, where the one lake I was on that day, I'm like, man, they should be here. I didn't get touched. I was so aggravated. Then that video pops up my feed. I went, "Yep, that was me today. That was exactly what I'm doing. Expect them to be where they shouldn't have been."
Yeah,
but
I mean, dude, there's been days in the past month that I've been like in less than 10 foot of water throwing an eco, and I'm like, Cole, stop, get out a little bit. Like, they're not here yet. So
exactly. All right. And then of course Nathan wanted to know. He said he was waiting to hear your answer about the Hartwell deal with the underspin because he doesn't really catch him on Hartwell that way. But he said he thinks it's because he sucks at it. So hey, never know, man. Never know. And then Lipsticker, what's up, Cole? It's been a while. So
what you doing, Kevin? Good to see you, buddy. Good to hear from you.
I got a trip with him. I need to get scheduled.
Kevin's awesome, dude. Kevin's the man. Kevin can catch him anywhere. I mean, we can all catch him anywhere, but Kevin. The thing I like about Kevin and Lipsticker is dude, every time I call him, I'm like, "You think they're doing this or this?" He's like, "Maybe. I know they're doing this though." Or like, and I'm like, "What do you mean?" And like Kevin just thinks like that. And when you can find somebody that you think one way and he thinks the other, and you can put them together, you're gonna win tournaments. Like my partner Michael, he graduated last year. Dude, he would like summertime. I'd be like, "I found him doing this offshore," and he'd be like, "Well, I found him doing this," and then you put them together, and it's like next thing you know, you got 20 pounds. So I mean, that's the key to bass fishing, especially team series. But yeah, Kevin's the man. If you haven't booked with Kevin, go check him out on Lanier. Him and Brooks Anderson, they're all good. All them Lanier boys are good.
100%.
So nothing bad to say about them.
Yeah, my first ever paid guide trip was with Kevin around the 1st of October, and it was all top order day. And boy, it was. It changed how I saw spotted bass. That's for sure. Changed how I saw spotted bass. So. Absolutely sure. And Eric says he's never seen a Dairy Queen that sells. That's how far behind we are. He's never seen a Dairy Queen that sells biscuits, and he's
they're good. That. I mean, you can't see my belly, but man, they're good. I've had one too many. So.
There you go. And then he also follows up with, we were talking about rods. He's super picky about his minnow rod. It makes a difference. And Eric, it does make a difference, especially when they don't float and you lose one, right?
That's right. I throw a 7-foot medium light. That's my minnow rod. Yeah. And when a 3.5 pounder gets it, looks like it's going to break. So,
hey,
that's it.
You got it. I'm all for the medium lights all day for sure. And we got people shouting out Biggins Outdoors. Trick shad. Talking about trick shads. Tracy Coker did. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. It's a good one. Trip Whitworth. Excuse me.
Hey, buddy.
What's up, Cole? How do you feel about the 2027 Classic being on Hartwell?
Man, I'm excited for it, but I'm gonna circle back what we talked about before. Y'all can say what you want. Hartwell is the most pressured bass lake in Georgia and South Carolina. It just is. Every weekend there's a bass tournament on Hartwell, if not 2 or 3. But I'm excited. It brings a lot of money to Anderson and Green Pond and the community, so I'm excited. And then I'm excited for the expo to be in my backyard. But yeah, I mean that's all I got to say. It's just yeah, I mean I'm excited for it to come back. Yeah.
I mean, so this is. I know you're excited because it's right there at home. That makes sense, and see it happen on a big lake like that near you. But what do you think about as far as it's like we cycle through the same one? We had a guy on a couple of weeks ago. We talked about going to the same places
Yeah.
over and over again. We know why they do it, but it's almost one of those things. Like, and we had some guys on here the other day talking about, well, if they'd go right up the road, they'd go to a lake because I can't remember what name. What
I want to
lake you
see it on
named off.
Lanier. I want to see it on Lanier.
Yeah, of course.
I want to see it on Lanier. I want to see it on Lanier. I want to see it on Murray.
Yeah,
that's the two places I want to see it.
I mean, I'd like to see it on some different lakes just to change up the. I know it's not. Oh, yeah. I know it's not.
Lanier, dude. I don't really understand Lanier. Like, you put your biggest boat ramp all the way up the river, and if you literally will sit down at Brown's Bridge, 70% of the field runs half a tank of gas out to get down south where they're going to fish. So I don't know what they were thinking when they put Laurel Park up there, but they need to build a mega ramp, like either somewhere. I don't care where, just somewhere. Because, I mean, I don't know if it's true, but to me, I think the problem is there's no big arenas to put it in Gainesville. Right. You got to go all the way to Gas South. That's a long way, especially with traffic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's to me, that's one of the biggest problems. But, yeah, I agree with you. But I think, dude, I don't know. I mean, that's just me. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, we had Hank Cherry on here a couple of weeks ago. He's like, man, if they would go to a certain lake over there, he named it off which lake it was. I don't remember what it was now, but they would kill it. They'd be catching 20, 30 pounds, 30, I think he actually said 30 pounds, 30-pound bags and stuff. And I mean, and I guess that for me is like, man, I'd like to see it go to some different lakes.
I want to see him change the date. Let's move Hartwell to mid-June for a classic. Put it mid-June.
Why mid-June?
Oh, topwater bite's crazy. Like, if you truly want to catch fish on topwater, dude, probably June 9th through July 4th. You come on a trip, all we're doing is throwing walking bait to topwater. And you will go home tired because we're going to run 90 spots in 5 hours. I'm not joking. We're going to pull up, we're going to make 2 casts, and we're going to go.
Yeah.
That's it. So
that's my kind of fishing day. If it's topwater day, I don't care if we run 1,000 spots. That's my kind of day.
But see, you would have people going up the rivers to find brim beds. You would have people all the way up one of the rivers throwing a frog. You would have people fishing walking baits. You would have just everything going on. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you'd have Takahiro at Yona Dam and out up the Tougaloo, probably throwing a big swim bait or something. I don't know. That dude's insane. But, like, yeah. Instead, you got everybody kind of doing the same thing, fishing ditches and fishing little clay points and, and it kind of gets old. So I'd like to see the classic change dates a little bit. So,
yeah. Makes sense. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It does make sense. I mean, it'd be nice to see some of these different. If we're going to fish the same lakes, fish them at different times of the year, that would make sense.
Well, it's just like my club fishes the same lakes every year at the same time. So I know exactly what to do. After a year up there, I'm like, okay, they did this last year. Oh, they're doing the same thing again.
Right.
And, me, I can take – if you fish one herring lake, you fish them all. That's my take on it. So, like, quotes, semi. But like you can kind of take, it's just like why some of the Lanier boys are so good on Hartwell and vice versa. You can take what you're doing down there and come to Hartwell and then sprinkle in a little difference and boom, doing the same thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But they're different lakes. They do different things, but you can take the same, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's how I found Fish North Georgia. As I was looking at Lanier stuff for Lake Wedowee out in Alabama. I mean, they fish very similar, but they're totally different kind of things. For sure.
That's why some of the best fishermen live in Guntersville, Alabama. Think about all the guys that come from Guntersville right now.
Exactly. They moved from North California.
Alabama, Fisher and Naya, Guntersville, Dylan Fardelow, Chickamauga, Bankshaw, Chickamauga. Dude, you can, if you live in Guntersville or Chick, you can go fish grass on Guntersville and ledges. You can go to chicken fish grass, or you can go to ledge fish on Chickamauga, stump fishing. You can go to Pickwick and Wheeler and catch smallmouth. You can go to Smith Lake and catch spots. You can learn to do everything you need to do to be a professional angler in Alabama and right there in Tennessee.
Oh, 100%. I mean, if you're in Gunnersville,
yeah.
you're an hour from the Coosa. You're an hour from
Yeah.
everything. Every lake there, you're an hour from it, or an hour two.
That's why them boys are so good. It's just they grew up doing everything. Tucker Smith's another one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But. Absolutely. All right. Coleman wants to know how he can target smallmouth on Jacassie.
Same way. Rock piles. Go find rock piles. Yeah, go find rock piles.
Go find rock piles.
Yeah.
What are you throwing on Jacassie right now if you want to catch a smallmouth? What baits you going to? Minnow.
Yeah, I'm throwing a minnow.
There you go.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. When it gets cold in the wintertime, I sling a minnow. That's all I really do. If you can sling a minnow, you can catch fish in wintertime around here. I mean, now where I sling it, I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah, there's a key to catching them bigger ones in the wintertime.
Yeah. So, makes sense.
Yeah.
THD Fishing, what's up, Mike? He's on TikTok. Him and Mike Porter hang out a lot.
Yeah.
Mike and Mike.
Which I'll tell you that. You want to know where I sling it in the wintertime, book a trip in the wintertime, we'll go to Russell. Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. I mean, like guys like you, Kevin, go book a trip with them. They're catching fish. They're showing them catching fish. Go book a trip.
Dude, there's a trick. There's a trick starting here in about 2 weeks that I take a Cinco and I do some weird crap with it, and it'll blow your mind. And the guys around here, what I'm talking about, but in June, that's one of the baits we'll be throwing. We'll be throwing a walking bait, and we'll be throwing a Cinco. And a lot of people are like, Cinco? Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that, too. Yeah. So.
Book a trip.
That's it. You want the juice, you book a trip, I'll give it to you. So.
There you go. He's giving up. You've given up some good juice on there. We'll take all the juice we can get on here because not everybody's going to book a trip. But at the same time, I understand keeping some of that stuff close to the vest because it helps keep people coming back to you for sure. All right, so Jake Mathis Fishing wants to know, what should I throw on Chickamauga this weekend, Cole?
I'm not answering that because I got to fish against him.
Oh, there we go.
That's my cousin, so I have to fish against him on Chick this week. Go throw a 12-inch Sakamata shad in 90 foot of water at the dam, and when you see a blob the size of the state of Georgia, you hit it. Okay,
there you go.
So yeah,
catch you some drum and some other stuff there.
I'll let you know. I mean, it's no secret. I'm going to be slinging a Berkeley slob knocker, and I'm going to be slinging a Booyah one knocker, and I'm going to try and find grass. There's not much left at all. I'm either going to try and find grass, or I'm going to try and find stump beds that have pre-spawn. So fish on it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and then we're talking about tournaments on lakes, and Lonnie, guy that I know, he tried to call me a minute ago, and sorry, dude, I'm still on live. But West Point, there was 5 tournaments there this weekend on West Point. Yeah.
It's just I don't know, dude. I mean, it just seems. I don't know. I mean, that's just my take on it. So we'll move on from that.
Well, I mean, I went to West Point 2 weeks ago, and it was slam packed with people. Heck, the wake boats had already started getting out. I mean, everybody, because it was nice. It was a nice weekend. Everybody was out.
Yeah.
Even in the thunderstorms, everybody was rolling through. I was like, well, here we go. It's starting.
I mean, it's starting, dude.
Yep. And then what about the Koike Thunder Elastomer?
Next question.
He threw you out there, man.
Michael,
there.
He did. Yeah.
Which one is that?
I think that's the newest one they just came out with.
Okay.
Michael, you know to call me on that kind of stuff, dog. Come on now.
Call me. Don't be putting it out to the public, man. Call me.
Come on, man. Nah. It's pretty good. I've thrown it some, but I haven't dabbled in it a bunch. But it has a chance to be really good. I'll say that.
Is it still the round ones, or is it something different?
It's like this long, and it's got the arms coming off of it.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's almost like the shrimp. So
yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah.
And then Clint Picari said the queen tackle line throughs are in stock at Fisherman's Central website.
Okay,
so Clint, he texted me earlier. I gotta make a phone call to him tomorrow. So
I got you.
And then Bass Reaper said, let me get mine because they're already getting low. I don't know which one he's talking about, but he's gonna get something there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We got different Bass Reaper wants. He says the Duckett Sway minnow. I think we're talking about back to the minnow stuff. Well, yeah, we're still.
Oh,
we're still.
yeah.
I did pick up some minnows this weekend. They were over there at the. What was that one that Brazalo's was at? What was that booth called? The big one in the corner past us. That back there was it?
McKee's.
Yeah. McKee's. Yeah. They had some minnows over there that some Canadian guys were talking about that looked pretty good, like some Japanese style stuff. Yeah. So I picked up some of those. We'll see how those work. All right. Silverpunk said he's got 3/4 bag of Indy Soggies left. He's too scared to use them.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro, like they're so hard to find right now. So I got a place that has them, actually. I met him at the Classic. He said they got them, but what he wants for them, man, I don't know if it was wintertime, if it was November, I'd be calling him. But since it's getting into spawn, I'm like, I don't really need them right now. But yeah. So
yeah, and then Eric says he's been looking for him since Michael was on the show last time. That's been what, a month ago,
I think I even commented that on when Michael was on.
Yep.
I might have kind of shafted myself there. Everybody started looking for him. Yeah. So anyways.
There you go. And then how does a homegrown guy have an Indy Soggy type color? I don't know what that.
I'm not sure if he does. I need to get with Joe on that. I'll get with Joe on that. I don't think if he does, he doesn't have it in the store. So.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
And then Joseph Carden says bougie shad paired with a big head.
That's my man. That's Joe Carden right there.
There you go.
The big head. Let me tell y'all something, all right? So there's nothing wrong with the queen tackle head. The ghost head is amazing. But if you want a better hook, go to Big and Outdoors, get the big head. It's got a BKK hook on it. Bro, them fish do not come off. I knock on wood, I have yet to lose a fish on that big head. That BKK hook is insane. And the only place you're going to find them is at Big and Outdoors. So,
okay. I'll check some out. I'm always shopping. I love queen tackle. I do. I throw their heads all the time. Don't get me wrong. I throw them all the time.
I throw them both, but yeah.
But I'm always looking for more different. Yeah. I keep everybody's stuff in the boat because I'm not sponsored by hardly anybody. So I'll throw everything under the sun.
I will say, if we're talking about sponsors, have you seen that new Berkeley Gin Clear line?
I got the text message today, and I haven't had a chance. I'm telling you, I haven't had a chance to look at anything.
It's legit.
Really?
Yes.
What is it?
So Berkeley's come out with a line that is basically the size of like 8-pound test and a 12-pound strength. Super smooth, super light, no problems with it.
And we're talking about fluoro?
Yeah, it's straight fluoro.
All right.
It's great for cranking, jerking, chatterbait, stuff like that. And it's good for the leader line too. I throw Tatsu on my spinning rods leaders. Yeah. But for like crankbaits and stuff, you can't beat it. Yeah. And it just came out. So
I saw, like I said, I got the text today, but it's one of those things I haven't had a chance to look at. But the line stuff starting to get into a pretty big. I mean, I saw guys up there at the Classic that were braiding their own stuff there on scene where you could see what they were putting into it and stuff. And what I'm a cast braided guy to a leader, that kind of thing. But I got a buddy that throws Tatsu on everything, full spools of it. But he gets his line. He gets his line, so I can't fault him there. But I'm like, I was going broke throwing his stuff, and it was him putting it on there. I'm like, dude, I can't pay for this kind of stuff.
Tatsu gets expensive, but yeah.
He had full reels of it, full 100 series, 150 series. I'm like, okay, you go for it, dude. And when Nathan says he's gonna research frog fishing so hard right now. He's looking for it, man.
Dude, you can do the research all you want, but it's one of the things that, like, a few years ago, I was out there with my brother messing around, and I was like, that really happened. Like, okay. Like, yeah. So yeah. There's
some, I don't throw a frog a whole lot. I didn't grow up doing it, and I haven't been doing it. I've gotten into it recent last year or two, and there's some tricks on most any lakes that get drawn down. There's some good frog fishing stuff out there that people don't realize. You don't have to have grass at all times. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, a lot of people don't realize, dude, you don't have to, bro, you can catch them on a buzzbait in the wintertime.
Oh, 100%.
You can. You can catch them on the top water in wintertime. Believe
Yes,
it or
sir.
not. Now, I'm not going to say you can go over a brush pile on Hartwell dead of December and catch them, but you can go down the right stretch of bank up the Tougaloo River with a buzzbait and a pawpaw in your hand. I mean, it can go down real quick. And that's just, it's the kind of stuff you're sitting there like, why did that happen? But it does. So, I mean,
well, in my mind, and I'll say it like this because I'm one of those guys that if I come up with it out of my own thought process, I'm not giving somebody else's secret away. Somebody else might get mad about it, but I'm just thinking about, okay, what heats up faster? And that's if I'll throw a buzz against concrete and rocks and stuff like that because it's going to have that warmth on it.
yeah.
And like you said, I've caught buzzbait fish in 42-degree water.
What water heats up faster? Muddy or clear?
Exactly. Dirtier water.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Jake Mathis Fishing wants to know best shaky head.
The Spro Skip Gap.
Yep.
And if you still have some of the old Gamakatsu ones, do not ever give them away. Do not ever sell them.
Yep.
Because Spro Skip Gap's good. The Gamakatsu one was the peak. I've got probably 700 in my boat, and I have had people offer me major money for them, and I said no.
Yeah.
The Spro's not bad. Don't get me wrong, but the Gamakatsu one is still the.
Now we got THG Fishing here on TikTok, and he makes a shaky head. And honest to goodness, it's a good shaky head hook.
Yeah.
Looks a lot like the Skip Gap. It's got a good hook in it, good head on it. I've used it. I've had some good fish caught on it. I use the Skip Gaps. I use a Freedom Tackle, a flat bottom shaky head. I've had really good luck with it. Some guys, everybody's got their own. His head is. I've caught fish up there at in the North Georgia with it. I've caught them over here where I fish at regularly with it. It's good. It's a good head too.
Man,
so I want to make sure.
It's mid-March. It's here in a little while, dude. It's going to be. You can throw a shaky head at any fish on Hartwell and it'll eat it.
Yeah.
You just got to know when and where. I mean, listen, or when really, but
yeah, the shaky head, man, can't go wrong with a shaky head. I don't care what anybody says.
So.
I almost called Coleman said the bougie shad is legit. Bubba makes great bait.
Yeah.
There you go. And then Big Al said, "Did you say chick this weekend?
Yes,
you fishing this weekend?"
I leave Thursday I leave Thursday morning. Me and one of the guys on Emmanuel's team. He's my partner. And there's a lake called Lake X, as everybody knows, Lake X. We might hit it on Thursday. If you go on my YouTube channel, I did a video with my father-in-law a while back. It's on the way up there, so we might hit it. But then, yeah, we'll be at Chick Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and come home Sunday. So
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. And then Silver Puck wants to know, have you tried the X Pride solid tip?
I have not. No.
I hadn't either. Yeah, and then Big Al was talking about Silver Punk said or the new Daiwa Power Scope. I haven't tried either one of those myself either at all. And Big Al said lake pressure, Chick is so pressured, and that's true.
Chick is so pressured, and they screwed up Chick when they killed all the grass out of it.
Yeah,
I know. That's why Guntersville is the best lake in the country almost because of grass. People don't. I don't know why I guess you say, I don't know, government, fishing authorities, whatever you call them, can't get through their head. Grass grows big bass. It just does. Like, I don't know why we want to kill it all. I mean,
well, and it goes back to this. I've worked in government my whole adult life up until the last 6 years. So I'll tell you like this. It's not about the bass fishing. It's about the taxpayers. And that's all they care. And I'm not dogging anybody out because I own lake waters, or river water in a place. But if those people complain enough and they say we can't get our boats in and out of our slips or
I know,
whatever, and so but for us guys, we're like, wait a minute, we spend as much money out there, going out there as well. So I totally agree. It's like, don't kill the grass. It's good.
I'm gonna start it. I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. Why in the world do we stock 1 million stripers and hybrids in Hartwell every year? Why are we not stocking more F1 largemouth? Like, to me, and I'm gonna say it. I know there's hybrids, and I know there's striper guides. I get it. Which one brings more money to Andersonville and the surrounding areas every year? Bass fishing or striper fishing? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all for stocking them. I like catching the hybrids too. But if it's about the money, you got to sit there and say, hey, why are we not reproducing our largemouth population? And a lot of people are like, the spots kill them. Dude, spotted bass are not killing largemouth. Look at Lanier. Go back and look at the weights this year. There is big largemouth being caught all year long on Lanier. It's just people understanding where they are now. Hartwell, man, come like June, the winning bags on Hartwell in the summertime are 3 largemouth and 2 good spots. If you don't have largemouth, you're not going to win. And the way we catch them, we don't catch them up shallow. We catch them out there with the spots.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand that, and like I said, I'm not trying to bash no striper hybrid guides. I know they're important just like we are, but I'd like to see just as much effort in the largemouth than I do the hybrid and stripers. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I don't go out and target stripers or hybrids. I mean, I'm sure they're fun. I know when I catch them, I know they're fun to catch, but I don't specifically go out there to target them myself. But I wish I had the answer to that, because that's a $1 million question, because everybody asks that same question. Why do we keep stocking those fish? But we won't. We'll try to come up with ways to limit how many fish somebody can catch when it comes to bass, but we won't stock them. I don't understand.
Well, it's just like I don't know if it's true or not. I think somebody said they can't reproduce or something. I'm not I don't do a study on them, but still, like, we should be restocking our F1s, especially as many tournaments as we have on this lake.
Right.
And some people say, well, they won't make it because of spots. Dude, you haul them things up the river about halfway in the Tougaloo and the Seneca and let them loose, they'll make it. And they'll eventually be down the lake. They will. They'll swim. I mean, so, yeah.
Well,
but anyways.
And I'll go back to something that we're talking about, spots hurting largemouth. I won't say they don't hurt. I won't say they will hurt. I don't know the whole biology classification, but I do know when it comes to like your shoal bass and stuff like that, spots, interbreeding, it does hurt the smallmouth. It does hurt the shoalie, stuff like that. Right. So those situations I can totally understand, not getting rid of spots, but whatever in certain.
Do you want to know what's crazy? Some of the biggest largemouth I've caught in the last 2 years on Hartwell in the summertime have been out of striper schools.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The first time I went to Lanier on a paid guided trip, I didn't pay for it. One of my vendors paid for it. We go out there, we're sitting at one of the marinas, and I don't remember which one it was exactly. And I catch one. It was a 5-something largemouth, 70 foot down in a group of stripers.
That's it.
I'm like, holy crap.
And some of the biggest spots run with the stripers.
Well, and then when me and Kevin went, we were first mega school I ever saw. He goes, I'm pretty sure that striper, but I'm going to throw down there to him. And he pulls up almost a 5-pound spot out of the middle of them. I'm like, you can't make that stuff up for sure. No. So. All right. Matthew Smith wants to know what's your take targeting forward facing sonar fish? Heavier weight to get down to them quickly, or lighter weight to finesse it?
It depends on where I'm at, how pressured the lake is, and the conditions. Like we go to Carter's, I'm throwing a 5/8 everywhere. I'll throw a 5/8 at a fish 20 foot down, because they just Lanier and Hartwell, I like throwing a quarter a lot more, because the lighter the weight, the better the bait rolls. Everybody knows that, or if you don't, that's why you see a lot of the Tennessee River boys throwing like 1/8 ounce heads on 7-inch minnows. It's not because it's shallow. It's partially shallow, but it's also they can sit there and get that bait to roll and not literally just like fall. They can get it to sit there and roll in place.
Right.
So that's what I do. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, like out there at Wedowee, it's a deeper, clear lake as well, but it's not as pressured as like a Lanier or an Altoona or something like that. So you can get away with a 10, whatever it is on the queen tackle heads, the bigger heads. You can get away with it, getting it down there quicker. Because if you're not, them fish are moving around. You're not getting the light one down there quick enough. But at the same time, you're also not dealing with as many pressured fish like that too. So that's a good. It's a good point. And I was telling somebody that they were asking me about figuring out the minnow or whatever, and I said over the last year, I'll go through 8 or 9 different minnows, 2 or 3 different head sizes until I figure out what it is they're biting. If I throw the fish and they don't bite it, I'm picking up a different color, and then I'm changing the head sizes or the knot. Eric, it's in here. He's like, dude, you need to be tying a loop knot. Tied the loop knot, started catching fish. So I mean, just different. There's so many different things to it.
A lot of people overthink a minnow. I'm just gonna be honest with you. They just do. So
yeah, I agree. And I mean, I started out using the graph shads, the Z-Man graph shads, and it got bit, but it got me in the mindset of fishing the minnow. And then once I started figuring things out, and And while we're talking about minnows, cranking and yankings in the house, he's our local, but our resident Louisiana fisherman that hates forward facing sonar, but we love him.
Oh
So
Lord, yeah.
we're glad he's here. Hey, we hadn't talked the whole show about forward facing. You were talking earlier about your club or your one club you're in. You can't. Yeah. It's a no forward facing club,
dude.
So.
You want to talk about no forward facing sonar? When they start doing what they need them to do at Russell here in about a week, I will.
Yeah.
I probably won't even look at my scope. I'll tell my clients, hey, throw it as far as you can and work it back.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Well, I went out with Diaz that's been almost a month ago now to Wadawi, and I'm like, look, here's how I'm finding them. He was wanting to power fish. I'm like, here's how I'm finding them. I'm using my graphs at the steering wheel. I'm finding the bait fish, and we're getting in there. We're pointing the boat at a certain area, and we're just throwing and casting. Half of them I never saw hit the bait. It was just one of those ones I was throwing out to this one particular spot. Like you said, they were eating it. But we got a question. What's your best tip for forward facing sonar with a minnow? What's something you notice that helps you? It can be retrieve or a tactic to make followers bite.
Work the bait based on the fish basically. So work the bait from him at the speed of the fish. Basically, like, some of them go foop right to it. And when they do that, I'm like as fast as I can. Some of them barely start coming to it, and I'll be sitting there and I'll just be barely moving it. And then they get a little faster. I get a little faster. Learn to work your bait at the speed and understand what that fish is doing. Yeah. And then number one rule I tell all my guide clients, no matter what, do not ever let that Damiki get level with that fish or below him. It is done. If that fish can get level with your bait or he goes down on your Damiki, it is over. It's over. He's not going to bite. Unless it's a 2-pounder or less than that, and he's just a dumb fish.
Right.
Dude, I'll tell a funny story. Dad and me were out there, and he's trying to learn a minute game, and he throws it at one dude, and then literally he can't see his bait. And I said, Dad, there it is, work it. He's fumbling around with it, and all of a sudden, dude, the minnow goes down by the fish about 6 foot, and he's following it, and he starts working it up. The fish goes whoop right up to it, 2-pounder, and he goes, I do it right. I said, no, Dad, not really, but it worked. So
it worked.
Yeah. But no, 99% of the time you got to keep it above them.
And you'll have, like you said, you'll have some that will completely throw that rule out the window, and then you'll have some that, like you said, they'll follow it forever and a day just because it wasn't on the right plane they wanted it at, for sure. All right, Tyler, shellnut fishing. You've been noticing the minnow bite die down on Hartwell and transitioning more to a shallow scoping deal. That's what's been going for him at Lanier.
Yeah, it's about a week ago, maybe 2. It was done. It's done. They're on the banks. They're full spawn right now. They're either full spawn, some post spawn already, believe it or not, and some that are pre-spawn but still up there. Like I know a couple guys that have been on a ditch bite forever, and they didn't really catch them here the last few weeks. So
right.
So yeah, the wintertime's done. It's springtime.
Yeah.
Even though it's 40 degrees outside.
Yeah, Tyler, I talked to some guys today. They were on Nico bite. They were on shaky head bite at Lanier they had a 2-day at Lanier this weekend, and it was a little different. They still caught 20 pounds a day, but it was
Lanier's stupid, man. My buddy had 19 a day and finished 35th in Skeeter.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, dude.
Was this last weekend?
Yeah, Skeeter was this last weekend.
Yeah, so my buddy fished the Skeeter with his partner, and they had 22 or 23 the first day, and they had 20 the second day, and they came in second. So
yeah. So Sam Benson and Buddy Benson.
Yeah.
I think it was. So yeah. But yeah.
Let's see here. Eric said the minnow bite was dead at his home lake this weekend. It was all shallow dragon.
It's done, man. I'm telling you, it's done.
Yeah.
Them fish are shallow and they're not going back out. And partially for the reason of that, the days are getting longer.
That's right.
Days start getting longer, they're done, dude.
All right. So let's stop with that question right there for just a second. Days getting longer. How are you attacking lake? Are you getting out there early? Are you waiting a couple of hours? I noticed during the wintertime, I would wait till like 9 o'clock, get out there and hammer on them. But I've always been an early spring and summer guy. I want to be out there early.
Getting out there early because the herring spawn. Believe it or not, on Hartwell, I believe there was a herring or shad spawn starting to happen on Sunday. And it's not going to happen now because the weather, but if we'd have had 4 more days in the 80s, dude, you might have had a herring spawn happening. I mean, a lot of people are like, no way. I'm just telling you, man. They might not have been doing it, but they would have been up there because they were. I saw it with my own eyes. I went down a bank the other day and saw shad flickering on the bank. I was
there you go.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, for sure. And DeMarcus J2D says hello,
What's up,
and
man?
then he says, do you like to kiss the fish?
Man, if it's an 8-pounder or bigger, I'll kiss it all day long, especially in a tournament, brother. That's pure money right there. So
Yeah, there you go. And then Big Al said that dang minnow creek mouse on chick right now.
I believe they're probably eating a minute chick. It was won last year Toyota Series on chick by Mr. Dylan Nutt.
Yeah,
Blew me out of the water. I have no shame in saying it. Yeah. So yeah, I believe they're eating a minute still in the Tennessee River. Of course, though, that's 3 hours away. They got snow up there today.
yeah,
Like the water temp up there, I bet it's probably 54, 55.
yeah.
So yeah.
And then Big Al says, good luck finding grass on chick. And he also said they sucked the water off chick last week, super low. So
yeah, that kind of sucks. And there's not much, but there's a few places you can find it on chick. I know. My dad grew up there. My uncle still lives up there and fishes it every night. He fishes it every night. So there's a few places that still have it, man, but they're hard to find. So now sucking it low, that flat out sucks. Because I'm gonna be real, when they suck that lake during pre-spawn in March, that lake goes to terrible. I mean, it just does. So
yeah.
He's
got, and then your buddy DeMarcus got a bunch of different questions. I'm not going to ask all those questions. He's got certain things you like to do to fish apparently. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't know what he's trying to get at. He's making some funny comments in there. We don't want to get demonetized. I don't mean not ask. I just don't want to get demonetized because some of these like TikTok and stuff, they get a little funny when you say certain things on there. And then G4 Outdoors says he's going to Okeechobee in 2 weeks and he'll be throwing a frog for sure.
Yeah.
I imagine that'd be a real good one. All right, Silverpunk, has Tougaloo been crowded since Takahiro won?
So believe it or not, he didn't win it up Tougaloo. He won it up Seneca.
Okay.
He never went below Kona Ross Creek. Ott Defoe was up Tougaloo. But to answer your question, I've been up both. They were slammed. So I went up there one day, caught 17, and then left it. I was like, all right, this bite's going to be killed by the time I get done with it. So, but yeah.
There you go. All right. Eric wants to know, case study question, what's your favorite leader knot? What leader knot do you tie?
Dude, I don't even know the name of it. I've been tying it for 5 years. I take it and wrap the braid and put the line through it, wrap it down, wrap it back, and cinch it. I don't even know what it's called. I just know it works. So,
hey.
And I literally tie one. I tie that knot and I tie the one my dad showed me when I was 5 years old, and it works. So
yeah, there you go.
I'm just gonna be real with you. I don't get into that.
That's what I throw. That's what I know. Yeah, there you go.
That's what I throw. That's what I know.
Nothing wrong with that. And then Bass Reaper, he said the new Garmin pole mount unit at the Classic.
All right, y'all. So we were sitting there at the Classic booth at Garmin, me and Michael and my buddy Coop, and I literally thought about, switching from Minn Kota to Garmin after seeing it. It's bad to the bone. It's legit.
Really?
Dude, they got a button on there now. You can hit it, and you can turn your wrist, and the trolling motor will turn. Yeah, it's connected to the trolling motor. You hit the button, and you hold it, and it literally turn your wrist, and the trolling motor turns right, turns left. So as a guide, I could be sitting back there watching on my steering wheel, and I could be like scanning while they're up there, and be like, "Hey, you see that one?" Yeah.
So it's like the Garmin. It's like the Garmin Wii.
Pretty much, dude. It's insane. I mean, it just is. So, yeah.
Man, we're just scratching the surface with the technology.
I know we are.
We're just scratching the surface for sure. We got some other Nickajack is better than Chick right now, and catching up with Gunnersville grass is insane on Nickajack.
Yeah, my uncle has been telling me, dude, we need to go to Nickajack. My club loves to go to Chick. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna give it my all, but I expect a grinder, especially with the cold water. Cold right now. The guy saying the lake's low. I'm gonna literally get on my Humminbird app and see how low it is after this. I expect it to be a grinder. So
there you go. Well, that kind of leads in the next question. What's your favorite units for mapping and sonar for Hartwell?
Humminbird.
I
run 3 Explorers. Well, I run 2 Explorers right now because I had had the new Echo Map 16. And I paired it with my 12 at the steering wheel. And then I said, you know what? It's okay, but I want a GPS map. So then I went and bought an 8616. So yeah, but
Have you
Humminbird.
have you always ran hummingbirds? That been you kind of your
Mhm.
always go to thing?
Yeah.
You know,
I,
I
I don't
run.
like a Lowrance. I just can't do it. I don't know
See, I
why.
like Lowrance, but I've always used Lowrance. Every time I get
Yeah.
on a boat with somebody with Humminbird that wants me to show them how to, use the
No.
electronics, I have to learn the Humminbird. It don't take me long, but I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, let me figure out how this thing works now, and then I can kind of show
Yeah.
you what I'm doing with it.
They're all good, dude. They're all different though. But
Yeah,
I run Explore Humminbirds and I run a 16-inch Garmin up front. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And then, yeah, Garmin definitely is a good unit for up front. I've got
Dude.
Lowrance, but I've been on the boat with guys with Garmin. I'm like, man, this is so
The
much nicer.
8616, the GPS map is insane. And a lot of people don't know. I've had people reach out to me and they're like, well, why are all the pros running Echo Maps? All the pros are running Echo Maps for Garmin who have Garmin on their shirts because Garmin wants the people to buy more of the freshwater Echo Maps than the saltwater GPS maps. But they don't realize the GPS maps are higher processors, straight glass screens, and have brighter mini LEDs built into the back.
Yeah,
So it's a faster unit and a brighter unit. And the 92 series that just came out with is a 4K unit. It's insane. My dad's maybe getting a new Phoenix soon, and I told him, I said, dude, if you don't get a 4K unit, you're screwing up. It is absolutely insane.
yeah,
So, yeah,
yeah. Just man, coming off the pocket with some of those units though,
it
man,
is, dude. It
that
is.
gets
Trust me. Yeah.
that hurts your feelings right there. That hurts
Yeah.
your feelings a little bit. And then I think we're talking about the fish following earlier. Nothing more frustrating than thinking you did everything right and the fish still follows all the way to the boat just to turn away.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of fishing, though. I mean,
Yeah,
that's why I say live scope does not hurt fishing. You still have to get them to bite. You still have to get them to bite.
yeah,
And I mean, that's
yeah. I
what,
mean,
that's it.
it's no different than the blind casting was. You just now they're not biting. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, well, there they are. They're not biting. I know there's a fish. They're just not biting
All
for
the
sure.
Garmin live scope and the live scope has done is make us more proficient. We don't sit on spots as long. We cover more water in a day.
Right.
That's all it's done. It's been able to, you pull up there to a point, you might make 8 casts over that brush pile. Now I can pull up there and say they're not here. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's it. So
There you go. Talking about West Point water was at 70 degrees.
yeah.
Coleman was out there 70. Water was warm. Only had one fish about a minute. It was one that snapped the POS Dobbins. Dang, Coleman. Dang, buddy. All right. Eric wants to know, what's your favorite technique now the minnow bites died? What's your go-to shallow water technique right now?
Throwing a fluke and throwing a Nico.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm serious, y'all. When I say I'm throwing a Nico, I lock a Nico in my hand for 8 hours. And the Koiki now. I'm starting to learn the Koiki. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't start. I hate to say it, but I've thrown a Nico. But last year I started picking up the Nico a little bit more and starting to learn. I mean, it's basically shaky head, guys. Come on, it's not that much different. It's the same thing. But there were some areas that a shaky head would break off in. A jig would definitely break off in.
Mm-hmm.
I could throw a Nico and absolutely get down there with the fish. And it's definitely one of those things I'm getting more into now for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, like I throw a 1/0 cover shot with a 1/16 ounce nail weight on a Berkeley hit worm. That's it.
Yeah.
And then of course I have a bed fishing rig that up, and bed fishing is probably the favorite. It's a Bandito bug, 4/0 flipping hook, and y'all gonna think I'm wild. A 1 ounce punching weight. I mean, because when I throw it on a bed fish, first thing I'm doing is beating him to the death, throwing it past it and getting it to him, and I'm not trying to snag him. I'm trying to pop him with it. I want to make him mad. I want to make him as mad as possible. Because let's be honest, you make them mad enough, they're going to eventually turn and get it.
Yeah.
Now the females, Drew Cook said you got to make the pizza, make the pie with a female. That is true. You can't hit a female. You hit a female too much, she'll swim off. The males beat the living snot out of them things. Right. The more you can beat them, the faster they'll bite. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I'm going to come over to Team Garmin one of these days. All right. So Big Al says, stop by the shop on Thursday and grab some speed shot on your way up. I may need a favor one day.
I hear you.
You ever use any of the Big Al speed shine?
Man,
you need to try it, man. It's the
Where's
best.
He located? Hey, tell him.
He's in Dalton.
Okay. I'll see what I got going on. We're leaving. I don't know. I think we're leaving Thursday at like 3 a.m. So
yeah,
because like I said, we're gonna go to that secret lake and fish. So But I'll definitely try and get down there one day, or we may meet up. Just shoot me a message. So
Yeah, you won't
and
find a
guys,
better
if y'all shoot me a message, y'all can shoot me messages all day. Like I said, I'll sit here and talk all y'all want. Y'all keep firing away. I'll sit here. I ain't got nothing to do tonight. But if y'all want to, even after the show, shoot me a message, info on guide trips, talking. I'm not I mean, that's what I do for a living. This is what I like to do. So
Yeah. Well, you definitely like to talk about them for sure, and that's always a good thing. That makes it easy. That makes it easy for an easy show for sure.
That's right.
And then Tracy said he kind of parrot what we said earlier. Live scope lets you see what the fish have always done when you fish certain areas in certain ways. It shows you that indeed they were there, and now you can see them either follow or hammer it. That's for sure.
You want to know the funny thing about live scope? Live scopes changed the way they set up. That's why let me back up. Hold on. Let it slip. Yeah, that's why some of the before live scope people don't catch them as good. They're a little more stubborn, and they're like, man, I used to catch the crap out of them here 5 years ago. Yeah, but then fish have been pelted on and seen, and they're smart. They're not going to set up the same way. Like, dude, 3 years ago, I could take a Kitech this time of year to Hartwell and roll it over any brush pile and catch 20 pounds. You can't do it no more. They adjust, and you have to adjust with them every day, every year. So that's the difference.
And it probably consistent pressure, where before it was sporadic pressure. Now it's consistent pressure from different ones,
especially shallow.
Yeah. You got some guys in here that must know you or something. They throwing up all kind of crazy stuff in here. James Hugh loves bass.
I don't know that one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Bass Reaper said speed shine is the truth. He's real. And then and Big Al said I'll text you his number. He said you're gonna go right by him when you go up. So he'll take care of you on that for sure. So let's we've talked, we've hit all over. We're about an hour and 46 in. We're at the end of the questions. You guys have hammered the questions out pretty good. We haven't had to make up a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. But I know that Tyler Shelnut was in here earlier, and he's talked about wanting to start guiding and stuff out there on Lanier and things like that. What are some tips for some guys that are wanting to either get into guiding or that they might need to think about if they're deciding whether or not they want to either get into that business or do something different? What are some tips, some tricks, and some things?
I would say a couple things. One, you better be a people person, and you better have patience, because you're going to get guys that don't know what they're doing. And it's easy for me to guide because if you can carry a conversation on, you can guide. If you struggle with talking to people and starting conversation, you're going to struggle. And then just the long hours. I mean, all people are like, man, he fishes for a living. It's awesome. It ain't always awesome. The money's nice, but you ain't getting rich off of it. None of us are. But I would say be confident enough in yourself to be able to go out there and catch fish by yourself before you start guiding. That's what I would say. Because that's why they pay you, and so like I spent 2 or 3 years on Hartwell fishing before I really started full-time guiding. I wanted to make sure, hey, you know what I mean? And kind of same with Russell. I fished a couple years on Russell before I started guiding on Russell this year.
Right.
So that's the biggest thing. But biggest thing I can tell you is be yourself, have fun with it, be able to talk to people. I mean, that's it. So
if you had to put a number of hours on it, how many hours would you say that, like, for somebody that's going fishing, like, you need to have spent this many hours on this lake? And I know that's kind of a weird way to ask that question, but like a lot of guys get there and have a couple of good days. Like, man, I could guide out here. I've had guys tell me, Tony, you should be guiding out here. I'm like, no, I don't. Number one, I would love doing it, but I'm not confident. I don't get to spend enough time. But like, how many days a week, how many hours should somebody put in on a lake before they can say, all right, I can guide out here to legitimately guide?
3 or 4 days a week. 3 or 4 days a week. And then also, 3 or 4 days a week for sure. Yeah. Maybe 5. I mean, I don't know. It's So, and it helps. Now, it helps too if you make friends, of course. Be like, man, I'm struggling with, well, go do this. And, it kind of bumps you along. But
networking together.
Networking's bass fishing. If bass had a definition, it'd be networking.
Dude, you ain't kidding about that.
Man,
everybody's like,
I told
Yeah.
Mike with the Classic, I said, dude, people who want to get in the fishing industry, it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you. That's it. That's all
Yeah.
there is to it. It's not about who you know, it's about who knows your name.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And getting out there and going to these expos and stuff like that is a
Yeah.
fast way to network.
Like the Classic was fun, but the only reason I really went was to network.
Yep.
Walk around, talk to companies, shake hands, say, hey, I'm this, and this, Yeah.
Yep. And don't be afraid to do it. Walk up and talk to these companies for sure.
They put their pants on, dude. They put their pants on just like you. Yep. Dylan Nutt, Mill Wagner, Paul March, they put their pants on just like everybody else.
Exactly.
A lot of people are like, I'm going to say it. A lot of people are like, oh, Hayden Seabolt's here. I'm scared to fish. Why? He puts his pants on just like you in the morning. Just go fish. So yeah.
100%. Well, man, that's pretty much the end of the questions. And you've been a great guest tonight. We've covered a lot of topics, and I think you've dropped some juice in there. If people paid attention, there's definitely some juice in there that can benefit them for sure. Guys, if you got any last minute questions, throw them in here because we're fixing to call it a night because it's already 10 minutes till. We've done almost 2 full hours of it. I know we could talk fishing a lot longer if we tried, but to be honest with you, I'm still jet lagged for somebody that didn't fly. I'm tired. Like I'm fighting. And I know you got a guide trip tomorrow.
No, I'm off.
That's right. You're going.
Somebody wants to go Wednesday. I'll take them.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to go Wednesday? We'll go. But tomorrow I'm off. So I got Wednesday. If you want to go Wednesday, let me know.
And then you said you're heading to Chick what day?
Thursday.
There you go. Thursday.
I think why I got it. Let's see. Where's it at? I've got Wednesday, March 25th, Wednesday, April 1st, and that's pretty much it until April 7th. So them are the 2 days. March 25th and April 1st. April 1st might have just got taken. So y'all just hit me up and I'll send you what I got. Like literally, I've been sitting here watching my phone ding, ding, ding with Messenger.
Yeah.
So the quickest way to get a hold of me is through Facebook Messenger. Y'all just swipe up and send me a message, and then go check my website out. I update the website as fast as I can. So if you book a trip, I might call you and be like, hey man, I've had a long day. I've been guiding. I'm sorry. Somebody called me at 1:00 when I was out there, but yeah. So yeah, but yeah. So Wednesday's open. If somebody wants to go Wednesday, I don't know what the weather's going to be. I'll look, but so yeah, Wednesday's open.
And then Dane Hunter asked me a question here. Hang on. Sorry. How was working the booth at the class? Good bit at the Classic. Well, I worked it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I can tell you this: it's insane the amount of people that come through there. It's insane, and for what I was doing, working with FCLX on those lithium fire extinguishers, it's such a new product. Talking to folks and getting them to understand the need. But as the weekend went on, you started to see the wheels turning. It was clicking. People are going, you know what? This makes a lot of sense. I'm out here on the lake. Possible fire, blah blah blah, and they started. It started. It's funny. You started seeing the same guys that were there Friday that were kind of come back on Sunday and go, you know what? I decided I was going to buy this fire extinguisher because it was cheaper than it's the same price as one of the glide baits we're throwing. So it's kind of a no brainer to have on the boat, especially running any kind of lithiums, things like that. Sure. So I thought I like working the booths, guys. If you see me going to these shows and stuff, I enjoy working it. So I have my cameras out there. I was doing a lot of videoing and stuff like that. Still learning some of the camera. I bought some new camera stuff, so learning that and everything. But I enjoyed it, and I like walking around. Like you called me out walking by. You're like, hey Tony, and I look back and it was you and Michael sitting there. I'm like, I walked right past him. I was in that zone walking by.
So a couple things before we wrap up. We're gonna have all the YouTube footage from the Classic. It should be up now. My guy is actually in the living room working on it, so y'all check that out. Come June, y'all see my Spot Chasers hat. I'm gonna announce it now. We're working on it, but I'm gonna pretty much announce it. We're gonna be dropping a line, so we're gonna have Spot Chasers. It's not gonna have guide service on it unless you want it, but we're pretty much gonna have a line called Spot Chasers. And basically, we chase spotted bass. So that's the clothing line. I'm gonna have shirts and hats coming out. If you're in Hartwell, they do a big festival the weekend before the 4th of July called Pre-4th. I'll be there. Big and Outdoors will be there. Y'all check us out. And then other than that, I'll reach out. I'll let you know. The Yeah, that's about all I got. I don't know. So
Okay.
y'all be looking for that, but we're in the works on that. If you want some merch, like I said, it won't have guide service on it because I know most people don't want guide service, but it'll have the logo. And this is actually one of the hats that we just got in. It's got the brown back, so it'll basically have what we have: spot chasers, the fish, and then we're gonna put some Bible verses on some of them and stuff. So and then
there you go.
So yeah,
Good deal,
so
man.
and then shirts I'm wearing. We make hoodies, everything. So y'all hit me up for that, and
Absolutely.
hit me up for guide trips. Like I said, not many days left to go to Russell. April's wide open, so April's going to be starting to fish Hartwell a lot more. So, but yeah,
there you go. And guys, you see the ticker. We've had it run down at the bottom. Spot Chaser Guide Service on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Message him on Messenger if you want to book a trip. The website does get updated, but it's maybe not as quick as the messages that come through.
I usually check it every night or every other night.
Right.
So if you see it on the website and you're like, hey man, I'm thinking about booking this, is it open? Just reach out to me. But most of it's updated. So, but yeah,
I may have to hit you up for a Hartwell trip because, like I said, I've never fished it, and I'd like to get up there and figure that one out just to say I've fished Hartwell before. So
I'm telling you, dude, if you like topwater fishing, that mid-June is insane. And y'all can go to Instagram and scroll back through my spot chasers and see all the trips and see the dates from when we were doing it. So
yeah. So guys, I appreciate y'all watching tonight, and I'm gonna hit you up for that mid-June because I love topwater. So I'm that guy to go out there and throw it for 8 hours if we have to. I don't care.
If you want a mid-June, you better get on it soon because I got people to come out of the woodworks for that.
Yeah,
we've already booked 3 for June already. So
heck yeah, good deal.
If y'all want June, hit me up. They're going fast. So yep.
Sounds good, man. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Oh, hey, there we go. Sean Bubba Nelms in the house. Thanks for the shout out, Spot Chaser, Homegrown Jigs. There you go.
Yeah. So that's the man, dude. Yep.
There you go. Good deal. Well, guys, thanks for stopping by and watching. We got Cole on the show tonight. It worked out perfect. I mean, it was a great workout here. I'm glad we got him on. Got him, get some stuff out there because he was one of the big contributors to our first episode ever, and he knows what he's talking about on Hartwell Russell. You guys want to find him? Spot Chaser Guide Service, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Listen, I know Danny says it, but if you guys are going fishing this week, y'all be careful, be safe, wear your life jackets, PFDs, all that good stuff. Book a trip with Spot Chaser. Check out all of our sponsors. Big Al Speed Shines in the house, FCLX. Y'all show them some love. Let's blow them up and get them, all the social media we can get for them. We appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for stopping by, dude. I appreciate the heck out of it.